Breaking news. The curse of the Minnesota Vikings continues. I don't know about you, but I grew up in Minnesota in the 60s and the 70s. And the Minnesota Vikings have been to four Super Bowls and lost every one. So we've never won a Super Bowl. The Minnesota Vikings have a curse. And I believe Tarkenton was part of the curse. I believe Tarkenton actually threw the games. He probably bet on the other team and threw the game to win the bet. He's not exactly the most trustworthy guy and honest guy in the world. But all right, so Minnesota Vikings. Breaking news: they just built a billion with a beep, folks, $1 billion stadium, and they want to have a great season this year. But the Minnesota Vikings quarterback Terry Bridgewater just went down and tore his ACL. It's been confirmed. It's now official. An MRI has confirmed that the Vikings quarterback Terry Bridgewater has a torn ACL and will miss the entire 2016 season. So there you go, folks. The curse is still here. It continues from the 1960s to today. We just can't seem to get a break in Minnesota, the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the official story. Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Minnesota Vikings quarterback Terry Bridgewater went down with a non-contact injury during practice Tuesday, causing the team to call off its final preseason practice after 25 minutes. Bridgewater dropped back to pass during the drill, planted his foot, and immediately went down. Trainers rushed to Bridgewater's side and began inflating an air cast while the quarterback appeared to be holding his left leg. Several players threw their helmets and shouted expletives as they scattered, while many simultaneously dropped on one knee in prayer. Moments later, a siren-blaring ambulance pulled into the team's Winter Park headquarters, stayed about 10 minutes, and pulled away. The nature of the injury was not immediately clear. Bridgewater was still on the practice field grass as the team's PR staff ushered reporters from the premises. Vikings coach Mike Zimmer is scheduled to address the media at 5 p.m. Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to be on you're going to see him at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Central Time, I guess, and you're going to see him with a really red face. This guy gets mad. I mean, Mike Zimmer has got a temper. You could just see it in his face, okay? The guy is going to be so mad. His face is going to be beet red. I'm telling you. It's about 3:42 here right now, and he's probably going to be scheduled in just a little bit. But he is going to have a red face. The guy is going to be so mad. This Terry Bridgewater is a young guy, too. He's only 23, and I'm sure he's got a multi-million-dollar contract. What has he been doing all off-season? I'll tell you, he hasn't been working out. He hasn't been exercising. If he just wrecks his knee this quickly, that is just screwed up. Okay, players were visibly distraught as they exited the field. If Bridgewater is unable to return in a timely manner, there is little behind him on the depth chart. Sean Hill is the primary backup, but he's 36 years old and has played only sparingly over the last 5 years. Great, just great. We get an old guy as a backup, too. Vikings are really thinking hard. Anyway, Bridgewater is entering his third season with the NFL, and the Vikings were counting on him to take some major steps forward after a promising start to his career. He helped lead the Vikings to the NFC's North Championship last season as more of a game manager. But Zimmer and offensive coordinator Norv Turner has said that they expected him to be much more of a playmaker in 2016. Bridgewater missed the second preseason game with a sore shoulder, but was very sharp on Sunday against San Diego. He went 12 for 16 for 161 yards and a touchdown in 2 quarters, leaving Vikings players and fans fully confident as the team starts to prepare for the season opener at Tennessee on September 11th. Oh, that's great, September 11th. Well, guess what's going to happen there? There's the curse. The Vikings lost Okay, start over. The Vikings host the Los Angeles Rams in their final preseason game Thursday night, though Bridgewater and most of the starters were not expected to play. So then I got a couple of tweets here from Twitter, and that's the one I read earlier. One of them is bad scene. Bridgewater down in pocket, grabbing left knee. Players freaked out, swearing and praying, immobilized. Practice halted. So the player gangsters were all swearing, the gangstas, and then the normal guys and the religious guys were praying. So I'm hoping the praying guys win on this one, and they God heals him, but you never know. It's the curse. Then after that, it was tweeted, it's now official. An MRI has confirmed that Vikings quarterback Terry Bridgewater has a torn ACL and will miss the entire 2016 season. That means the whole thing. So Vikings are screwed again. We got the curse. It's the curse of the Vikings, where you just can't win. We're gonna have some second string old man quarterback. Mike Zimmer's face is gonna turn red. He'll probably have a heart attack. So look for the Mike Zimmer heart attack coming soon. Signing off.